Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to create a space of support and healing time for you. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. Take on board everything that resonates, everything that feels like I'm speaking directly to you, that it's just you and me here. You can trust that resonates, and let the stuff that doesn't resonate go. So I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So it's very exciting to be here. It's sunny. We've had over a week, I don't know how long, a week or so, of wild, rainy, windy weather. We've had floods and all sorts of things. But it looks clear today, so hopefully they don't spray the sky with chemtrails like they did 2 days before the last bout. It seems very coincidental. So let's see what I'm going to do today. If you're new to these kinds of connections, I'm going to be working with my healing energy card. So I'm going to pull a healing energy card in a minute, and we're going to talk about that. And then I have got, don't tell Facebook, I've got my singing bowl I'm going to play, and hopefully they don't flag me for copyright, playing my own music now, because it's been a few weeks since I've played music, a musical instrument, so fingers crossed it's not flagging this video. And then I will pull a healing energy card to go. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Thursday, the 25th of August here, and it's exactly 8 a.m. on the button. Good morning, Maria. Thanks for stopping by today. Welcome, everybody. Okay, let's grab a healing energy card. So I see the cat's in here visiting, so hopefully this video is not too suppressed. We will see. I'm going to grab a card for now for the majority of us. Hi Tracy, hi Gurpreet, welcome. So what do the majority of us need to know at this time in regards to healing and support, and what we might need to consider, what might be going on for us at the moment? So the best card that the majority of us need now is this here. It's card 7, called Self-Love, and it's in the rest category. And down here it says, spend time in reflection, silence, or solitude to help you connect with who you are. Make time to ground, meditate, or create, or making time to ground, meditate, or create may support you at this time. And love. So I love that. Spending time in reflection, silence, and solitude to help you connect with who you are. So how connected do you feel to yourself? And how connected do you feel to the truth of who you are and what you're going through at this time? I remember when this is a sort of a take on my old drawing from the self-love card. So I redid the artwork here for this new deck that I'm working on now, or waiting to get printed. And it came from a meditation vision where I visualized, or had a vision of myself sitting here on this bank looking out over the lake, or out over the river, out over the bay. That's probably the best word. I had a vision of me painting a picture looking out over this bay at the view. I was a bit high up here on the bank, and sitting next to this tree, this beautiful old tree. And just loving the view and loving creating and being in that space. And then I had this vision of these golden energy hands coming down from above and scooping me up and taking me up, like up through the ceiling into this other world up here. And it just felt like this world of love. There are a lot of buildings there that were dome-shaped and very light and translucent. And I had the sense that there are other beings there, but I couldn't see any other beings. And I was pulled into this main place, which is part of what I drew here, which was a bit like a temple kind of feeling, maybe a little bit feeling like a church. And I was pulled into the center of this building, into this temple. And there I sat or laid, but I was sort of sitting or laying back a bit in this, what felt like a chair. And all this love just poured down over me. And that's what inspired that artwork back in probably like 2006 or something like this. So that's what inspired this card. And what I'm feeling like maybe bringing up at this time is, when was the last time that you spent good quality time with yourself? When was the last time that you sat quietly with you and just listened to how your body felt or feels? When was the last time you did a really good meditation, or stepped out into nature, or went for a nice walk, or did something that sort of honors and gives you good quality time with yourself? How can we get to know who we are? How can we know ourselves if we don't make time to spend with ourselves? And really, there's only one person that's with us our entire life, from the moment we take our first breath to the moment we take our last. And that is us. So have you made friends with yourself? Or are you at conflict with yourself for some reason? If you are at conflict with yourself, for whatever reason that might be, maybe you don't feel so good about yourself, maybe you're harsh or critical of who you are, maybe you don't have much self-confidence, maybe you've been kicked and battered around in life a lot, so your self-confidence is fairly low. There could be all sorts of reasons why you might feel at conflict with yourself. But then I would ask you, is that working for you? Is it working for you with you being at odds with yourself, or you being like battling yourself out? Do you worry sometimes that others don't really know who you are? Do you concern yourself that others just don't seem to get you? They don't seem to know you. Well, if that's the case, my question to you would be, how well do you know yourself? Because I don't think others can really know us as well as we know ourselves. So if you're feeling that others don't really get you, or you're feeling conflict in your outer relationships, then often it indicates that something's amiss, or something's out of balance or out of harmony with our relationship with ourselves. So the best way we can improve our relationship with ourselves, this one person who's going to be with us till the end, this person that is us, has been with us since the start and will be with us to the end. So let's consider making friends with ourselves. So let's play the singing. I'm going to play the singing bowl. And my intention is to create a space of sound and healing and support for you to sit with yourself, to find courage to look at yourself in the mirror, to be willing and open to sitting in your body. Sometimes we spend way too much time up in other people's business, seeing that they have it all and we have nothing. Or life is so easy for them, but it's terrible for us. Is it really? I doubt it really is. So let's make sure we're not projecting our own conflict that we feel inside out into our relationships with family, friends, acquaintances, or even just people we see that we feel jealous or envious of. It's usually a reflection of our own conflict or separation within. So let's turn everything in these few minutes now back to ourselves. And I encourage you to do this as best as you can. So the best thing perhaps to start is to get comfortable with your breathing. So take some nice, slow, deep breaths, as deep and slow as you can manage. And pay attention to your breath. Feel the air as it comes into your body. And feel your body accept the air. And then feel and follow the air as it leaves your body. So as you get comfortable with your breath, and if you find yourself thinking about other things or thinking about other people or thinking about how good others have it, then just keep bringing your attention back to your breathing. Don't let your mind distract you from what's really important here, which is you. So once you feel comfortable and you're feeling really connected to your breathing, then I encourage you to extend or expand that connection and bring your attention to your body. Feel the strength and support of your spine as it holds you upright, as it supports you there. Feel your skin holding all your mushy body parts in place. Feel your feet down there on the floor or on the ground or in the air if you're laying down. Feel your feet there. Squeeze your toes together just to feel a little bit more connection there with your feet and the earth and your body. And as you settle more into your body, maybe consider placing your hands on your body in support of you. The best supporter you're ever going to find is you. So if you're looking for support, if you're looking for validation, if you're looking for meaning in other people, you're probably going to be quite disappointed. Because the best supporter you will ever find for you is you. So not only by making a bit of time for your self-care and spending time in reflection and solitude to connect with yourself, not only does that help you connect with you, it helps you support you. So instead of expecting others to be there supporting you, then you can step up and become your best supporter. So maybe place your hand lovingly and supportingly on your heart. Maybe place your other hand down there just above your navel on your solar plexus. Or maybe there's other places in your body that you feel more comfortable to hold. Maybe you're feeling quite emotional, so you might want both hands down there on your belly, just below your navel, to support yourself emotionally. By making time for you to spend time with you is you supporting you. It's an act of love to support yourself, to make time for yourself, to be there for yourself, to listen to yourself and what's going on for you in your body, in your mind, in your heart. So with that, I'm going to play the singing bowl. So hopefully you're feeling nice and relaxed and starting to increase your connection with yourself. So breathe into it and trust what feels good. It may feel a bit uncomfortable, especially if you don't do it often, if you haven't done it for a while. So sit in that feeling and start feeling a bit more comfortable connecting with you. So I'm going to play the singing bowl. There's nothing you can do wrong. Just listen, feel, and enjoy this time just for you. Allow everything to slow down. Your heart rate, your breathing, your mind. Take everything down to half speed. So take another nice big breath. And depending on what you're doing now, you may want to hold in this space. So for example, if it's the end of the day for you and you're about to go to sleep, or you might be in bed right now, then it might be a really good thing for you to hold this slower connective space. Let yourself relax with this. If you're starting your day like me, then you may want to hold this feeling with you and allow it perhaps to influence positively your day moving forward. So see how you feel, but if you've got things to do today, if it's the beginning of the day, then you may want to start just slowly coming back, meaning, or especially if you've been feeling very relaxed and you were sort of taken somewhere. So just wiggle your fingers and toes and just slowly reconnecting with your environment and the space around you. So thank you. If you just joined in, I was playing the singing bowl with this card in mind, which is self-love. So I trust you feel a little more loving and supportive towards yourself at this time. So I'm going to pull a card to go in just a moment. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would like to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. If you would like to learn more about me and the work I do here at Temple of Balance, if you would like to support this work I do, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you resonate with my approach and my way and my energy, you might find some great resources on my website. So please have a look if you haven't had a look for a while. So I'm going to pull a card to go. So I'm looking for the best card that the majority of us need to be able to move forward from here. So how can we carry this connective feeling, this getting to know ourselves, getting to support ourselves better? How can we carry this now into our everyday life where it counts, where it means something, where it can have a positive impact on our actual life, our reality? So how can we carry this forward based on what's been talked about and connected with today? So the best card to represent what's next is the best card is this. Okay, I've got lots of scribbles on the back. So this may be a bit confronting. It's card 96. And I called this Broken Heart, but since playing with it, I think I'll call it Raw Emotion. So Broken Heart, Raw Emotion at this time. It's in the depth category. And down here it says, new hope entering after a period of disappointment, loss, or sadness. So just before I go on, are you allowing, if you've been in a really challenging space, if you've been going through some quite serious things that have impacted you negatively, and you perhaps lost hope, this card is showing that new hope is entering. So maybe if you've been feeling like you're in a rut and you've been feeling out of balance and out of sorts or dealing with difficult things for a little while now, is there a way that you can move forward from here? So in the next sort of few hours, the next day or so, can you find something to give you hope? It could be something something new to learn. I was going to say something learn to new, back to front, I suppose. Something new to learn. Can you give yourself a project or a goal or something to work towards? Some type of incentive to get you focused again? Can you make some time for your healing and do some releasing to support new hope entering? It's up to us to see the hope there, because if we feel hopeless, and it's understandable at times when we're going through difficult situations and we're in a bit of a dark place, But it's up to us to switch our perspective and perception and look at things from a more hopeful viewpoint. And that may mean pulling ourselves out of the rut and giving ourselves a sense of hope in some way. So if I've been feeling down in the dumps for a little while, which is usually only 3 days or so, unless I'm going through a really difficult thing, which I don't tend to do too often because of my attitude. If I've been down in the dumps for a little while, I will then activate myself. Right, what can I do to step out of this funk? How can I give myself hope or an ability, something to aspire to, something to focus on that can pull me out of this space? So it's up to us. So new hope entering after a period of disappointment, loss or sadness. There is always something to be hopeful for, or something that can inspire hope inside us. The thing is whether we allow ourselves to see it or not. Because if we're keeping ourselves rolling around in the mud and the ashes and life is hopeless, that's how we're going to see things for as long as we are in that space. So if we can find the courage to stand up, get out of the mud we've been rolling around in life, and look for something small, something to look forward to, something to give us hope, then that can be our lifeline out. But it's up to us to see it. It says raw emotion, everything will work out, trust in the bigger picture. So this is a deep sadness. It's raw emotion, which perhaps you've been feeling lately or for a little while. So this bright light up here, this is the hope coming in. So let's allow ourselves to see it and to feel it and to sense it. And maybe if we're connecting too with what I talked about before, maybe give ourselves that it's sort of opening ourselves up to the support that's there, but the support that we see through our hope to continue. Our hope, that lifeline to pull us out of those tricky, difficult, dark times in our life. So the reality is that maybe you've been struggling for a while. That's the reality, perhaps for you. So are you happy to continue struggling? I'm sure you're not. So struggling for a little bit longer yet, or a lot longer yet? And if you're not, if you've had enough, then find a lifeline. Ask for help. Step into something. Learn something new. Set yourself a goal. Give yourself something to look forward to. So for me, like I've said before, if I feel stuck for 3 days, that is too long for me. That's based on my attitude. So if I'm struggling, wallow, whatever. Okay, now because I'm self-aware, I've been doing it for 3 days, right, that's it. I will not tolerate myself to be in that space for any longer. This is my attitude. I'm not saying you should be like me, but I'm just giving you an example of how my attitude is to feeling stuck or stagnant. So if I've been feeling that way for 3 days, it's well and truly too long for me. I will not waste any of my time being in that state for any longer than 3 days. So then I have to motivate myself to get out of it. I have to find something or do something to break that stagnant, stuck energy. I have to find something to do. Sometimes it means being a bit of a rebel and doing something a bit crazy. I might go somewhere I've never been before. I might try and learn a skill that I've never learned before. I might really just push myself because I get a bit sort of that stubborn streak and that stubborn support in me to, right, I'm just going to do something to get out of this. Sometimes I will introduce into my daily life some type of dedication. So it could be day 1 of looking after my body, maybe moving towards weight loss or feeling better and more energized in my body. So day 1, whatever it might be. Day one towards looking after my body. Day one, sometimes I call it love dedication, where I want to focus on the good things that are around. It could be day one of starting something new. Day one of a new idea or an inspiration that I'm open to. Day one of looking at things and being grateful. So day one, daily gratitude, let's say. Then tomorrow, day two, daily gratitude. Then day three, daily gratitude. And I'm writing this in my journal. Then before I know it, I might be up to 90 days of daily gratitude. 90 days of looking after my body. 90 days of being out of this funk. 90 days of smiling at least once in the day. You know? So if you notice what's missing, what's lacking, or what you're stuck in, maybe a daily dedication where you can see the distance that you're traveling. Day one, before you know it, you'll be at day 90. And dedicate some time each day. So think about your attitude, your perspective, and if you're keeping yourself down in the dumps and you're keeping yourself stuck and stagnant, and when is it going to be enough for you? When is it going to be over? When are you going to turn your life around? So just some thoughts there. I trust this resonates with you on some level. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Namaste.